guys, it's Quincy from aslightlybetterwife.com, where I blog about marriage, homeschool, and motherhood. And part of motherhood is putting dinner on the table. So something we've been doing lately that we are loving is turning a simple head of cauliflower into rice. So what you do is you start with your head of cauliflower and you just dice it up into little florets. Actually, Mr. Awesome did this for me, so woohoo, shout out to him. So you go ahead and open up your food processor, being careful with the blades, and dump in your florets. I usually do these in batches because we have a big family, so I can't fit it all in the food processor at one time. Now, the real trick to this is to pulse, pulse, pulse. Do not hold it too long. Don't try to crush or blend or use any other settings, just pulsing it. So once it's locked on, like I said, you're gonna go ahead and pulse, pulse, pulse. It usually takes me about 7 times to get just the right texture. So kind of be watching in the side to see if you get it's about the size of a grain of rice. Just get that right texture there. So I don't know if you guys can see that on the video, but it's already starting to break apart. So I think that was like 7 of them. And it's looking really good. We have one more just for good measure. You don't want to get too many pulses in there or it gets really grainy and just kind of almost mushy. So these are just about right. You can see this here. And then, like I said, I do it in batches. So I take that and then I dump it into a bowl. And the Ninja blade doesn't lock, so be careful to either hold it or just pull it out all together while you shake everything in. And then I'm going to show you again how to do the next batch. So again, you got your florets. Pop them in the food processor. Make sure you suck your blade back in. Because I've tried it, and without that blade, it will not do a thing. All right, so I'm just going to dump the rest of these little pieces in here. Set this over in the sink. Okay, snap that lid on. And get ready to pulse, pulse, pulse again. You noticed, but that last time I kind of pulsed a little bit longer and that really helped to dice it up a little better. Okay, so I'm going to show you how you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to just totally pull the blade out, set that aside, okay? And then you get this great, great texture, which is just like a rice. So check that out, okay? So next I'm going to show you how to cook this up. Okay guys, so now we've moved over to the stove where I'm going to be cooking up the cauliflower rice. I just use this coconut oil, or you can use butter or whatever you have on hand. I get this at Walmart for about $6. So you're going to take a spoon and scoop some out into your pan. It doesn't take too much, just kind of a little something for it to catch onto and help to cook it up. So make sure your burner is on, because just like those blades, how they help to chop it, you gotta have your burner on to cook it. Can you believe that? All right, so I'm gonna use a spoon here to start just moving that around and melting it. Coconut oil melts really quickly. Butter gives it kind of more of a creamier flavor, I would say. You really can't go wrong with this. It's delicious, however. So once you've got all that melted around, one thing I like to do is just take like a little salt and a little pepper to help season it a little. Okay? And then I'm going to go ahead and dump this cauliflower in. And it will cook down, so don't worry if it's really high on the edges of the pan. You can scrape this out. I'm just not going to for this video. Okay, so now you just get to stand here and stir it around. And I really like to use this time to kind of pray or think or just have some quiet time. Because, you know, as moms, we don't really get that too often. At least I don't anyway. So when I'm cooking, that is kind of my quiet time most days. Some days my littles cook with me, and that's really fun too. But That's a different kind of fun. So once this gets all cooked up, which only takes just a few minutes, you just scoop it, just like you would with regular rice, right onto a plate. And then I've got chicken breasts in the oven, and you can put chicken over the top of it. So that's all it takes to do it, you guys. It's just really simple, really easy. I hope you'll give it a try.